The cabin in the woods. The family car crept up the gravel road, headlights cutting through the dense mist, revealing the outline of the weathered, remote cabin they had rented. Henry stepped out first, stretching stiff muscles, the cool air biting his skin as he scanned the dense trees pressing in on the clearing. Laura, clutching a book on local legends, gazed at the cabin, her imagination racing with possibilities of forgotten history and eerie tales. Olivia and Noah raced to the porch, their excitement echoing in the stillness, breaking the eerie silence that blanketed the woods. Inside, the cabin was surprisingly warm and inviting, with aged wood creaking underfoot and a stone fireplace waiting for a fire. Noah discovered an old chest in the corner, its hinges rusted, but Henry stopped him, warning about splinters and hidden dangers. Laura found a framed map on the wall marked with cryptic symbols and strange names, sparking her curiosity about the cabin's history. The family unpacked quickly, eager to explore the nearby lake and surrounding forest before the daylight faded. As they approached the lake, its surface shimmered oddly, reflecting shadows that seemed to move independently of the trees. Olivia stumbled upon a cluster of strange carvings in the bark of a tree, intricate patterns resembling weeping faces. Laura snapped a photo of the carvings, intending to research them later, while Henry dismissed them as harmless graffiti. That evening, as the sun sank, the mist thickened, curling around the cabin like a living thing, muffling all outside sounds. Olivia and Noah played cards at the table, their laughter lightening the mood, but an unseen draft extinguished their lanterns suddenly. Henry relit the lantern, grumbling about faulty windows, though the air was still, and no breeze could be felt. Laura placed her book on the counter, its pages flipping as though caught in a wind that only touched the paper. A faint, rhythmic tapping began on the cabin walls, slow and deliberate, as though something was testing the structure's strength. Henry opened the door to investigate, but the mist was impenetrable, and his voice echoed back strangely when he called out. Laura noticed the map had changed, the cryptic symbols now glowed faintly, and a new room seemed marked where none had been before. The children, drawn by whispers only they could hear, found a trapdoor beneath the rug, its iron ring cold to the touch. Henry yanked it open with effort, revealing stairs descending into darkness, the air below thick with the scent of decay. Laura followed reluctantly, clutching a flashlight that barely pierced the heavy blackness as they descended into the hidden room. The space was lined with dusty shelves holding strange relics, a rusted dagger, a blood-stained diary, and bones too small to be animal. Olivia picked up the diary, its cover brittle, and opened it to reveal jagged handwriting chronicling a massacre at the cabin centuries ago. As the words were read aloud, the air grew colder, and the lantern flickered, casting shadows that moved unnaturally. The whispers grew louder, becoming a chorus of lamentations that seemed to emanate from the very walls of the cabin. Noah cried out, pointing at the staircase as the trapdoor slammed shut, trapping them below with the unseen entities. Henry pounded on the door in vain, while Laura flipped through the diary for clues, hoping to understand the nature of the curse. Olivia found a drawing of the carvings she'd seen on the tree, labeled as warding marks to protect against vengeful spirits. The walls of the room began to shift, creaking as they revealed hidden passageways leading to chambers filled with haunting artifacts. One chamber held a shattered mirror, its shards reflecting not their own faces but those of terrified people long dead. Laura whispered a prayer, clutching her locket, as Henry swung the rusted dagger at the walls, hoping to break through. The dagger struck something solid, revealing a hidden door, which creaked open to a room that seemed to glow faintly. Inside was a shrine made of bones, its centerpiece a human skull resting atop a journal that pulsed faintly with an eerie light. Henry grabbed the journal, its cover warm and pulsing like a heartbeat, but the moment he touched it, the whispers stopped. The silence was heavy, oppressive, broken only by Laura's gasp as the symbols on the shrine flared a bright, angry red. The cabin above groaned as though alive, its walls trembling, the trapdoor bursting open with a deafening roar. They scrambled up the stairs, the cabin's layout changing behind them, doors leading to new, unfamiliar corridors. The kitchen was now a library of sinister books, their titles unreadable, their pages filled with illustrations of suffering. Olivia and Noah, clutching each other, screamed as a shadowy figure appeared, its form shifting like smoke in a storm. The figure pointed at Henry, who clutched the journal, and spoke in a language that reverberated painfully through their skulls. Laura realized the entity wanted restitution, the journal containing secrets that could free or doom the tormented spirits. Henry, skeptical yet desperate, read aloud from the journal, the words burning his throat, his voice echoing unnaturally. The cabin shuddered violently, the walls melting into images of the past massacre, its victims reliving their final moments. Laura screamed at Henry to stop, but he couldn't, his voice overtaken by the power of the journal as blood dripped from its pages. Noah, trembling, grabbed the dagger and carved the protective symbols into the floorboards, mimicking the carvings on the tree. The mist outside thinned as the symbols glowed, the shadowy figure recoiling, its form disintegrating into tendrils of smoke. Olivia stepped forward, her voice clear, apologizing on behalf of the living to the spirits of the wronged, tears streaming down her face. The cabin fell silent once more, its layout returning to normal, the oppressive weight lifting as the spirits dissipated. Henry dropped the journal, its pages now blank, while Laura gathered the children, her trembling hands brushing away their tears. The family stumbled outside, the mist now a gentle fog, the forest eerily calm, as though the land itself had exhaled. Henry burned the journal in the fire pit, its ashes floating up into the sky, taking with it the curse of the cabin. Olivia and Noah clutched each other tightly, their bond strengthened by the horrors they had faced and overcome together. Laura vowed to share the story of the cabin's history, ensuring the lives lost there would never be forgotten. Henry, shaken but resolute, promised they would never seek out another remote getaway again, learning to appreciate safer adventures. The family packed in silence, their gratitude for survival unspoken but deeply felt, their connection stronger than ever. As they drove away, the cabin's outline faded into the mist, leaving behind secrets it would only share with the next visitors. The map on the cabin's wall reappeared as they left, its glowing symbols awaiting the arrival of another unsuspecting family. The lake rippled, its surface reflecting faces of the past once more, the forest reclaiming the cabin and its dark history. The family reached the main road, silent but relieved, vowing to never forget the darkness they faced and the light they found within.